Hey folks, Rob here, and so I've disassembled the tx22, and some of the suggestions I got on the issue I was having, which was the slide locking back while I was shooting it. Um, maybe I had it over oiled and too wet, and the gunk built up in there too rapidly, and so the gun I'm going to run it this time, it's basically dry. It has almost no lubrication on it all, just a little bit. Nowhere near what it had before. So I'm going to run it a lot drier. I did disassemble both magazines and clean out the magazines and reassembled the magazines. So I've got it loaded up. I got two magazines loaded up with this is the CCI 40 grain mini mags, which is probably the best ammunition I have at this point. I have some bulk pack stuff, but I want to try and give it the best opportunity it can to work. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some shots here. I haven't adjusted my sights or anything like that yet, so I just want to check it and make sure that we're not going to continue to have the issue of the slide locking back as I shoot the gun. So I'm just going to take some shots down here at about 10 yards on steel plate and see how it functions. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. So we'll see what it does. And just so you know that I'm not riding that, I'm going to keep my hand down lower. Shot that magazine. Hopefully that's all it was. Shot that magazine. So there was 30 rounds, no issues. So maybe my problem was that I had over lubricated the gun and caused it to fail prematurely because of all the gunk that built up in it. I'll load up two more magazines and we'll put two more through it, and we'll see how it does with two more magazines. Before we do that, I'll take it apart here and we'll see. I'll show you about how I'm running it. I will check to make sure that it is empty. Point it in the safe direction. As you can see there, I'm running it a lot drier than I was. Very little oil, and I'm seeing quite a bit less powder buildup. So maybe that was the issue. It was probably user error. Which it would not be the first time I've been in error. So let me load us up some more rounds, and we'll put a few more through it, make sure it's going to function well. So I've loaded up two more magazines with the CCI mini mags, and we're just going to put these two through it and see how it does. See if it continues to work as it should. out that one just fine. Emptied that one. So I think that might have been what the problem was. I overoiled the gun in my zealousness to try and give it every opportunity to do good. I think I inadvertently caused it to fail. So live and learn. I still have to adjust my sights. It's still shooting high and right. I don't know that the sights will adjust any lower, so I don't know that I will be able to get it down to keep it from shooting high. The rear sight does appear to be off to the left as far as being centered, so I think I do have a little bit of adjustment there, right to left, but I don't know about it would appear that the sight is bottomed out and I can't take it any lower, so may have to adjust to a 6 o'clock hold with this gun. So anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody watching all the great advice y'all gave me. Kind of helped me kind of figure out what I possibly could have done wrong, which was I lubed the heck out of it basically and caused it to fail. Let me pause you here and we'll take it inside. We'll put it on the bench. That was 60 rounds. We'll look at it internally and see how much dirt we have compared to what we had yesterday after 105 rounds. So let me pause you and we'll do that. So here we are at the bench, and sorry if the wind noise, I don't know that you could hear me out there, but like I said, my rear sight, I might have it's slightly to the left right now, so I might have a little bit of adjustment to bring it over to the right, but I do think that it is probably down as far as it will go, so I don't know that I'll be able to get that. It may just have to use a 6 o'clock hold on the gun. I'll give it a try. Takes a really small screwdriver, so I'm going to have to find one to fit that. And so anyway, let's check, make sure we're unloaded. There is nothing in the chamber. And we just put 60 rounds of CCI mini mags through this, so we're going to pop it apart here real quick. I did disassemble these magazines and clean them out inside and reassembled them. So I did clean both magazines, and I did take the gun apart and remove 95% of the oil. So let's pull the trigger. Just pull it back a little bit. Pull down on our disassembly tabs here. If I can get a hold of them there. Let the gun come forward. And so there is what oil was on it. You can see there's a little bit of oil on it, not like it was yesterday. And actually I had it wiped dry, so what oil's in there is kind of come out as I fired it, because I did have that wiped dry. So, but you can see there's a lot less dirt and grime and such built up on it after today. So 60 rounds, I didn't have any issues that time. It didn't lock back. I don't know, maybe it's just a break-in thing, but a lot less dirty today than it was yesterday. And there's still oil on it. It's not bone dry. And actually, I had taken this apart again just before I filmed the video and wiped all this oil off. So where this come from, I have no idea. It must have been down in the gun, because I had taken this apart and completely wiped all the oil from the barrel and all the oil from the inside. So this must have been up in the gun, and as I fired it, it's worked its way out. So the gun was pretty much dry when I started, because I actually when I was in the house, I disassembled it in the house, and I took a paper towel and I wiped all this off with a paper towel, so to try and get as much of the oil off as I could, because my intent was to run it fairly dry. So looks like I had an overabundance of oil in it, and it's probably still working its way out of the gun. So live and learn. I didn't think you could, well, I knew you could put too much oil, but I didn't think on a new gun that was going to be during its break-in cycle that that much oil would cause a issue, which I hope that's what it was, because there was 60 rounds, no issues, which is what I hope for the gun. Everybody that owns these guns loves them, and they brag about them, how good they are, and you know, I want this one to be a good one too. It's light. It's got a super trigger. It's seems to be fairly accurate, other than the shooting a little high left. But you know, I can adjust some of that out with my sights, with the adjustment on my sights. So anyway, guys, I appreciate this. All the help that I was given, all the recommendations. Most people tended to notice that I had probably well overlubed this gun, and was probably causing the issue, and they were perfectly right. I did watch the video Mix-Up 98 had out, where he had one, and his problems seemed to be similar to this one. He had one magazine that seemed to be, he called it a failure to feed, but it looked to me like when he popped the magazine out, it was just the slide had locked back. So looked similar to what mine was doing. He cleaned the magazine, and then it functioned flawlessly after that. So anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody who watched and who gave me advice and helped me with this. I'm going to put more rounds to it. It's windy out today, and it's been thunderstorming. It rains a while, and then the sun comes out, and then it pours again. So I caught this in between a break. I don't know that the audio will be any good on that other one, but thank you, everybody, and I appreciate you. And until the next video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe. And again, thanks everybody for watching.